Hey everyone, happy last week. Today I'm going to be going through the bit of a makeshift playset that I made for play and family therapy sessions. And so I will just go ahead and jump right in. The first thing I have is a puppet. This one's a bear. But I think these are great for helping young kids kind of communicate some difficult topics that may pop up. They're able to externalize their emotions and put them onto the puppet, and they can kind of tie in how they're connecting the emotional message they're relaying with also a physical action. And I think that it can kind of make the process seem a lot more manageable and easy for them. And I think another great use for those is being able to kind of partner with a therapist or with another family member and go through a bit of a role play. And again, so that would hopefully make it easier for them to express themselves and make it less stressful. For instance, if they were talking about conflict in the home, what happens when mommy is mad at you, and then you express it through the puppet as opposed to just trying to explain it. So the next one I have is a children's book. I don't have any children's books, so I have quite the opposite, a Stephen King book. But I think these are really great and important to have at least a couple in the office. I think for multiple reasons. One being just to facilitate learning. It's great. Children enjoy that. It's a great way to gauge where they are at on their reading comprehension abilities. It's also a great way to teach kids lessons. They can learn life lessons about right and wrong, morality through these children's books. And I think it can also be a good way to kind of assess for certain diagnoses like learning disabilities, ADHD, that sort of thing. It can help gauge that. One really important thing in this instance is being culturally sensitive and aware of the sort of books that are kept in the office. Trying to have books that are relatable to the population you're working with. So if you're working with Spanish-speaking clients or predominantly Hispanic families, having books that depict that and or are written in Spanish so that they feel welcomed and they're interested in the books, and just accommodating those needs. And so next I have coloring tools and paper, multiple colors, pencil, different sort of utensils. And I think a bunch of other classmates had already included this one and just mentioned that it's a fantastic way to promote free expression and creativity. I think because it's so unstructured, it can give you more of a glimpse into the child's emotional state in that moment. You can take a look at what they're drawing, potentially how they're drawing, if they're really, drawing extremely hard, or if they're being more thoughtful. You can talk about their different drawings. Oh, why did you draw this? Why did you choose that color? And even making it slightly more structured and asking them to draw certain things. So, hey, could you draw a picture of your family? Why do you put yourself, why would you put yourself all the way off to the right while the rest of your family is close together in the middle? And I think that can be a great way to kind of engage them. And yeah. All right, let's see. Next one. I have a board game. So I would choose something a little more child friendly. I haven't played this one, but it seems a bit complex. Just to tailor it to the level of the individual I'm working with or the family. But I think board games could be great for a couple of reasons. One, depending on the game, you likely need to include 3 or more people. So this would be a great way to encourage the parent and child to play together. And I also think it provides a chance for a couple of things. One, a great way to work through conflict. I think any of us who've seen children play board games and lose, that it can often lead to a temper tantrum or difficult emotions. And while that's not the the goal of play therapy, I think it can be a great way to help facilitate learning on behalf of the parents as well. So if they're having trouble managing their child's outbursts or emotions, it could be a good opportunity for the therapist to kind of intervene and provide some real-time support. And let's see. And it also provides just an opportunity to, understand the importance of following rules in certain situations. And lessons can be learned through that as well. Let's see, that was 4. Now I have a stress ball. This is a dog toy, believe it or not, but I would hopefully, you can see the little dog thing there, but I would have an actual stress ball. And I think it's just a great way to kind of relieve some built up kinetic energy for young kids, especially in parts of therapy where there may be more talking, or for children who are slightly older, they don't want to play with dolls or action figures or stuffed animals. The stress ball is still a way for them to let out some energy and to maybe make them feel, I don't know what the right term would be, make them feel engaged in some other activity while they're expressing difficult emotions. And next I have a stuffed animal. Again, this is a dog toy, but I think these are great you can kind of watch how the child is playing with the stuffed animals, maybe ask questions. Why'd you pick that one today? Kind of get into if they have stuffed animals at home, what those stuffed animals mean to them. And these can be, again, free-flowing play, or you could structure it similar to with the puppets, do role-playing, and have a more hands-on play process. But I also think it can be a comfort tool. So maybe the child just wants to sit with the stuffed animal while you're talking, and and it can help them express themselves a little easier. Let's see. All right, next I have not quite Legos, but some sort of building tool. So I have an old train set of mine, little trains, and I think it's good to have something like this in the office for kids who gravitate towards that, and it also can provide them the opportunity, again, like with some of these other toys, for a more structured play session. So maybe they have the train set and they have to build it a specific way for it to work. or maybe it's a Legos and they can build whatever they want, and there's no requirement for how they build it. Again, I think seeing the child's reactions as they struggle through building things or as they just freely build can provide a lot of insight into their emotional state. And next, I very broadly figurines. So these could be Barbies, action figures, whatever it may be. Here I have Gumby, so it's like a flexible little toy, and it is called The Many Moods of Gumby. So I actually don't know why this is in the house, but I really like that one as a way to, educate children on the different emotions. So especially for younger children who cannot articulate what they're feeling all the time, a game like this would be really helpful. You can see you have they're color coded by the emotions. So you have thoughtful, mellow, adventurous, happy, earthy, not sure what that means, and playful. But I think that is another great way for children to put a name to what they're feeling, and to do so in more of a fun and engaged way. And then lastly, I have, maybe I did 11. All right, 2 more, sorry. I have 1 more, so I have here, more broadly, arts and crafts. So that would include glue, paper clips, maybe beads, little Post-its, stickers, things like popsicle sticks, construction paper, and maybe macaroni or beans. And I think this is another great way to allow kids to just express themselves freely. There's no right or wrong in doing arts and crafts. And it can be, for kids who maybe if they get tired of just drawing, it provides them another outlet to express themselves. And then lastly, I don't have one, so I printed out a picture. Sorry about the noise. I printed out a picture of a xylophone. So I thought it'd be great to have some sort of musical instrument in the office, depending where you are and how loud the instrument is. But I thought it's just another outlet that kids may or may not have the opportunity elsewhere. And I think, again, in similar ways to the other toys, it can provide insight into their emotional state. If the kid is playing really loudly, aggressively, banging the sticks on the xylophone, more methodical, that sort of thing. And so that is the last one. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all next term.